Will's a genius.
I think we skip over the fact that families need to talk about money. Do you and your family have conversations about money? I know growing up, we didn't really have a lot of conversations about money. Me and my mom didn't really speak about money until I got a little older. So now, like, I got older and I learned a lot about finances and credit, and I try to do my best to pass information along to family and friends. And I just feel like I know how I want to raise my children. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna have these talks about finances. I'm gonna let them know what I'm investing in. I'm gonna let them know, you know what I'm saying, how I divide and conquer as far as finances go. We don't have these talks, and I feel like we should have these talks though. But let's jump into some content, man.
Money ain't no bullshit. Y'all mind the way y'all think, bro. Y'all think just like some poor black people. It's not no bullshit. Let me tell y'all what some bullshit is. You become successful in life. You call up the head of the family and tell them that you want to set a meeting up at a big ass table, and you want to get everybody together, and you need everybody to be there at that meeting when you show up. And in that meeting, you not giving away no money. You giving away knowledge. You giving away free game. You sitting there showing your family member at this big round table with your mama, your daddy, your sisters, your brothers, your cousins, everybody that wants to succeed in life. You sit there and show them on that projector screen or that whiteboard how to become successful, what steps you took in life to get there, what steps not to take in order to fall, in order to get to the next level. You showing them the blueprint of how you got to where you at. That's some bullshit. You got 20 people at the table at one time, and on that whiteboard back there, you showing them step by step, giving them knowledge on what to do to be in your shoes, how to have generational wealth. That's some bullshit. Now, when everybody get up from that table, the knowledge that I just gave you and just showed you step by step, if you go home and apply it, you'll be successful. If you leave this table and don't apply it and start bullshitting, you're gonna be broke. And it's not my fault. We just had a whole 2 hours family meeting at a table that I paid for the building. You not gonna use the information that I just gave you? Knowledge is worth more than money. If I got $100 million, you want me to give you $1 million to start your business. What if I give you the $1 million and you go invest that $1 million in your business and you lose all the million? You could have came to me and sat down with me and I could have showed you how to make $100 million. You took less, not me. Who fault that is? You're cheating yourself. See, y'all only want one boss in the family. One person that make all the money, so y'all keep calling them every time. Can I get some money? I need this, I need this, I need this, I need this. You can't succeed in life if everybody in the family keep asking for something, putting their problems on you. What I'm trying to teach y'all is, instead of having one millionaire in the family, why you can't have 20? Giving your family or your sibling.
No, that's real. That's why I try to like spread the information that I learned and put people on, because I don't want to be in a position to where I'm super successful. Everything that I've worked hard for has paid off, and I'm in a position to where I have acquired my abundance. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say it like that. I have acquired my abundance. Now, a lot of people feel like once you get to a certain level, it's your job to take care of your family, which to a certain extent, I feel yes, but it's very unrealistic for you to think that I should take care of everyone financially. Now, helping you out from time to time, helping you get out of a little tough spot, cool, but taking on your monthly expenses like they're mine, no. Now, I'm always down to put you in position to do what I did. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to show you the ropes. Like, hey, look, I did here. I stopped doing this. I started investing my money here. I paid my debt off. You know what I'm saying? Got my credit right. I took and leveraged my credit. I got that. You know what I'm saying? That's how I was able to get my first quadruplex. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got to put your people on, but you also got to realize that everybody don't want to be put on. Some people just want to be taken care of, and those are people, unfortunately, they just got to get left behind. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be okay with that.
Let me tell you the biggest financial danger I see in families today, and it's not debt. It's one person knowing everything while everyone else knows completely nothing. Almost every family has that one person who pays all the bills, handles the investments, files the taxes, manages the insurance, keeps up with passwords, and knows every financial detail. Now, here's the problem. When one person knows everything, the whole family becomes vulnerable. If something happens to that person, the spouse is lost, the kids are lost, nobody knows where the accounts are, what bills exist, how to access money, is there a deed to the house, or even who to call. I've seen families grieving and panicking at the same time. Kids scrambling for documents, a spouse digging through drawers, going on a treasure hunt looking for passwords. Nobody knowing if there was any insurance at all. Money may be frozen up, bills are piling up, accounts no one even knew existed. It's not just overwhelming, it's heartbreaking, because a person who passed away thought they were protecting the family by handling everything, but in reality, it left the family unprepared. This is why financial transparency and planning isn't just adulting, it's love. Your spouse needs to know the plan. Teach them how to pay a bill. Your kids need to know where things are. Your family shouldn't have to learn your entire financial world while they're grieving at your funeral. Create a roadmap, write it down, review it together, right? That's what financial literacy is. Teach them what you know. This is what real generation protection looks like. Comment family if you want my simple family emergency financial checklist so your family never has to struggle in the dark.
That's real too. That's why I say we have to have conversations, you know what I'm saying? So, you might have life insurance and stuff with your job and all these things, but it's like, if something ever happens to you, does anyone know what to do? These are conversations we need to have. These are plans we need to make. You know what I'm saying? We need to sit down and like, okay, if something was to happen to me, you call this person, right? You call this person, you call that person. You can get to this money from here. This is how you do it. This is who has it. This is where the information is. This is where the passwords are. This is where, you know what I'm saying? We need a plan. So in those moments of grieving and heartbreak, you know what I'm saying? Because in those moments, you really down bad when someone passes away, but at least you're not scrambling to figure out how you're gonna move forward because the plan was already in place. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely could feel that.
I'm gonna tell y'all something that a old man told me like 10 years ago when I started my first job. He said, the poor man beats the rich man at the end of life. He said, lies at the deathbed of the poor man, lies his kids at his feet. He said he leaves them with love, memories, or morals. He said, and for that, his kids will always remember him. He said the deathbed of the rich man, he leave his kids with loneliness, money, and misery. And since he left no memories, he won't be remembered in the world. So he said, since since his biggest focus was money, his kids' biggest focus was his money. And for that, his money left him forgotten in the world. And for some reason, I don't know why, that always fucking stuck with me all these fucking years. He like, man, always choose your family over money, because that money will get your ass forgotten in this world very fucking fast once you die.
All right, so like with that, right? It's like I think sometimes we forget that the money is just a tool. You know what I'm saying? Like the money is just a tool, right? And sometimes we start treating the money like the main goal. The main goal wasn't to be rich and have all this money and keep chasing the money. The goal was to become successful, have this money, so now you can buy your time back, so you can spend time with your kids, your wife, your grandkids, whatever. You know what I'm saying? For me, that's always been the goal. It's like some people get caught up and they keep chasing the money. They just keep chasing. And they're like, I want my family to be good, but it's like the whole time you just chasing the money, you losing the one thing that really matters, and that's the connection with your family for real. If you're never there, you don't really have a connection with your kids. You don't really have a connection with your wife. You're just literally a provider, and that's it. Like you pay the bills. That's it. You damn near have no say so because you're not there. Your wife is controlling everything that goes on in the crib or whatever, because you're always gone anyway. So it's like, every now and then they may be like, call your dad, ask your dad. And usually when they say call your dad, ask your dad, it's probably going to be about some money, because that's what you take care of. You just never want to be in that situation. Like, don't forget that you doing all of this for your kids. But also don't forget that at the end of the day, your kids really just want to spend time with you. They want to be around you. They want to learn from you. They can't learn from you if you always gone. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like my parents, all they did was just say, hey, have good credit, match your 401k, get your primary house, and that's it. And there's nothing wrong with that. My parents had real estate, they did that. But I feel like there's some family members that went the opposite direction, where they had more real estate, they had rental properties, they had buildings, they had multiple businesses, they knew how to invest in the stock market. but why didn't they share this with other family members? Even me, like, I've been drilling hard on some of these family members, just asking them, pounding them with questions, and I'm getting some jewels from them. I'm getting some jewels where they've shown me, hey, you buy a business, you sell it, you buy real estate, you leverage it, you invest in the stock market, all these things where I'm just like, what? Like, why didn't I know this in my early 20s? Why did I have to come to you? So do you guys go through this? I feel like my parents, all
Another thing that's crazy about getting older is just realizing how many of your family members have poor money management. And it's kind of awkward because you're in this weird phase of your life where you're like an adult, but you're still perceived as a child, really, to people because you're still young. But you know more about money and you have better, financial literacy than some of your older family members. And a lot of the times when you try to talk to them about this situation, or like just in general, they get offended, right? And they don't want to hear it, or they're very dismissive because either for them it's just a pride thing, or maybe they are kind of resentful because they didn't know this information when they were younger. And to me, it's just like interesting because you could change the dynamic of your family, the position that your family's in, if you just made a few financial changes. And a lot of people just don't want to face it. I don't know, it's just interesting.
I think we all have like family members like that. Like, granted, I just turned 29, right? I'm 29, right? Okay. But the things that I immerse myself in is what other people damn near avoid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know too many people that's really trying to understand their finances, who are really trying to make a change, who are really trying to make the shift, who are really trying to make that leap to the next level, who really trying to get away from their job for real, for real. Like, everybody would love to not have to work, but a lot of people not willing to put in the work to not have to work. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to have to work either way, but I'm saying about having to literally get up and punch a clock. Like, I'm really trying to escape that. And when you talk to people, everybody be like, bro, I wish, but it's like, stop wishing, stop wishing, start working. Like, you got to actually put in work to make that jump. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to show up for yourself. And it's like, age don't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm 29. It's probably people in my family 40, 50, 60 who just never understood what I understand now about money and finances. So by the time I'm 40, 50, 60, I'm going to be living way more comfortable than they are now, just because I understand finances a little better than what they did. You know what I'm saying? And I don't really care too much what people think, you know what I'm saying? So I would never I try to put people on in my family, and if like, you listen. If you don't, you don't. You can feel however you want to feel about me, you know what I'm saying? People like, oh, you feel like I don't feel like I'm better than nobody. I just wake up every day and try to be better for myself, for my kids every day. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Let's talk about navigating money and family dynamics. This is a situation that happened to me last week involving a family member asking me for money. And the only reason why I'm speaking about it is because I think that this is a good lesson in how you should have strong boundaries in place when it comes to how you're going to deal with people asking you for money, if you're going to ever loan out money to family members, close people, whoever. So this family member is somebody in my family who I'm not super close with. There's no bad blood or anything between us. It's just that he is older than me and we just don't have a lot of common. We don't have each other's numbers. I see him on Facebook sometimes, but it's just like we're not close. We don't talk. Another relevant piece of information is that this family member has asked me for money before in the past. To his credit, it's years and years ago. It was when I first graduated college. I was working my first job. I'm still working my first job out of college. But he was always, from my recollection, he was always good about paying me back. But he would just always ask me for little bits of money. And I mean, to be honest, it still was kind of like a weird dynamic. So a little over a month ago, there was a death in our family that brought our family together. And while we were at the funeral, I saw this family member. We chatted it up a little bit, condolences, and we did a little bit of small talk, but nothing too crazy, nothing suspicious, and then we went our separate ways. Fast forward a few weeks ago, I'm friends with this family member on Facebook, and I saw like he had messaged me and he was like, "Hey cousin, call me when you get the chance," and he gave me his phone number, and immediately, antennas went up, red flags. I'm like, this person's about to ask me for money. Like, I don't hear from you unless it's money. Like, those people where it's just like, why are you trying to like talk to me now? Like, we don't have that type of relationship. I know you're about to ask me for money. I did go ahead and call him though, because I just didn't want to be like speculative. Like, I was just like, I really do feel like this person's probably going to ask me for money, but like there might be an off chance that he really just wanted to reach out and chat, and maybe like, we were talking at the funeral and stuff like that. Like maybe he just wants to reconnect. And long story short, I call him up. We talk for a little bit. We do a little bit of small talk and stuff. He's telling me about his life. I'm telling him about mine. He's like, "Oh my God, I met your boyfriend, at the funeral. I like him so much. I can't wait to see him again." Which is so weird because I like talked to my boyfriend and he was just like, I mean, we just like said hi real quick. Like it wasn't even anything that deep. And I'm like, okay, weird. That first phone call with him ended up getting cut short because I had a work incident that I had to like leave the phone call for to deal with. And then it was a couple of days later and then he texted me and he was like, "Hey, like call me back." And I'm like, wow, he is really insistent about talking. So I call him back the second time. He cut to the chase. He didn't waste no time. He was like, "Look, I need some money." And then he launches into this monologue of like all the reasons why he needs money. And he went part-time because of some stuff all these things. Okay. Now, when it comes to me and boundaries about money, I generally don't give money to people anymore. I used to when I was a lot younger and naive. I don't do that anymore. I will give money to causes though. Like I gave some money recently for a funeral that was happening, and I have given money for like stuff dealing with my nephews, like their birthday parties and stuff like that. But I'm not giving a person money anymore. I definitely don't loan out money anymore. You can choose on your own to tell me that you're going to pay me back, and I'll probably hold you to it. And whether or not you do pay me back will definitely shape how I interact with you in the future. But if I give any money to somebody, I'm not hurting from that. Though all the excuses, all the things he was telling me about why he needed the money, the math wasn't really mathing with that. I did end up giving him some money because he had been going through a lot recently with some deaths and some stuff. And I was like, whatever, it's Christmas. How much do you need? And he was just like, "Oh, whatever you can give would help." And I was like, bet. So I gave him $100. It was no sweat off my back. I'm like, that's an amount that I can give you, and that's fine. And this dude had the audacity the next day. So after I sent him the money, the next day, he texted me. He's like, "Thanks, cousin. Can you do another one? I'll pay you back." I'm like, what the hell? Like, I asked you how much you needed. You said whatever. I give you whatever, and you're asking for more. Like, it's so trifling. And then he didn't even wait for my response. He texted me back and he asked for my dad's number. And just for context, this is a family member on my mom's side of the family. My mom and my dad are divorced, so nobody on that side of the family really has any relationship with my dad anymore. So if anybody ever asks for his number or something, it's code for let me talk to your dad so I can get some money. And I was so disgusted and I blocked his ass. That situation was definitely a lesson for me because it had been a while since somebody in my family had tried me for money. It's been years. And, you know, I slipped up just a little bit because I was trying to be nice. I was trying to be helpful, and they showed their ass. So now I'm really solidifying my boundaries and no one's getting money anymore. And I just say all this to tell you guys to definitely have your boundaries figured out when it comes to money, gifting money, loaning money, all those things, because people will try you.
All right, I would say with that whole thing, first of all, her cousin was bugging. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't contact people only when you need something. Now, if we being honest, we all have family members like that, where you only hear from them when they need something. And if I'm being honest, I don't even hold that against people. It's like, whatever. Some family members don't appreciate that. They take offense to it. I understand that too. But me, like I said, I'm so in my own world that it's just like, cool. You know what I'm saying? And as far as like lending money or letting people borrow money, is like, I only lend money that I can afford to lose, right? Like, I'm only gonna give you something that I'm okay if I don't get this back. And when I give money, in my mind, it's gone. I'm not getting it back. So if you pay me back, it's like, cool. If you don't, it's like, all right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to lose relationships or you know, I don't want relationships to be ruined over money. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's not saying that I'm gonna allow someone to use and abuse. You know what I'm saying? That is never the case, because I have no problem telling somebody like, I don't have it. You know what I'm saying? Whether I have it or not, it's like, I don't have it. Especially if it gets to a point where you're always asking, then it's like, okay, I don't have it. Like, no, like, I am not your fallback plan when it comes to money. Like, oh, I ever get in a little spot, oh, I could hit Ahce. He gonna send me whatever no, that is not the case. But at the same time, I don't really want to see anyone in my family struggle when I know, like, I could help you, right? But also, you gotta let people go through stuff sometimes, because sometimes people are in situations due to their own decisions, and it's like, if you keep bailing them out, they never learn their lesson. So sometimes you gotta let people go through stuff so they can learn their lesson, especially when it comes to money and stuff. Because if you just make bad decisions and then you always looking for a family member to bail you out, and then someone always bail you out, like, you never really gonna learn. You just gonna keep doing it over and over. You know what I'm saying? I learned because I'm prideful, in a sense that I don't really like asking people for stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't like asking for anything. So me knowing that is like, okay, I got to get my stuff together. I have to figure out my finances so I never have to ask. You know what I'm saying? If I ask somebody for something, just know I really, really need it, because it's just not who I am. I'm not finna ask for anything. I'm telling you, I'm not. Like, I would go without before I ask. You know what I mean? I'm just that type person.
Young.
I want to hear just a little bit more about these family meetings.
Okay.
How often do they happen? Do you have an agenda?
We have them quarterly. Every year, once a year at the big meeting, I walk what's going to happen, like, where does the money go? How does it get there? I start the meeting by showing my net worth, and I show them where the assets are, what companies we own, what the liquid money is, who has the liquid money, how do you get to it if I'm not here, where, you know, who's the guys you call, like, where does the money go, how do you get your share, and then after I do that, I have all of them expose their net worth, and then they tell their siblings what they invested in, what they're spending their money on.
This is a really good video, and it shows the difference between wealthy families and everyone else. And that difference is simple. They're not afraid to talk about money. Most people avoid money conversations for two reasons. They either have too much debt or they don't have money at all. So they don't talk about it. But what they don't understand is avoiding the conversation doesn't help you at all. It actually puts you in a deeper hole. If you're afraid of money, how do you expect your children not to be? Kids, they don't learn confidence from silence. They just gonna inherit that fear. Wealthy families, as you see, they expose their children to money conversations early. It's not to flex or make them arrogant, but it's just to normalize it. What people don't understand is when a family talks about money, something changes within that family. Because now everyone knows what that family is working towards. Kids walk with more dignity. They're more mission focused, and the parents do as well. And that clarity, it creates more bonding, more connection, and less dumbass arguments. And it's because confusion, it breeds tension. Clarity breeds cooperation. So talk about money as much as possible.
How y'all feel about that? I think that's the last one for this video too. How y'all feel about that? I feel like families need to talk about money, whether you have money or not. Because once you start talking about money, imagine this. You have to sit down with your family and talk about your finances. And you know that you ain't been doing right, that you ain't been doing good. Those meetings, that accountability is gonna push you to want to do right. Like, oh, nah, I gotta make sure I'm like doing good. So like when I go to this meeting, I have some good news. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I saved this much money. I invested in this. I purchased this. I own this. I have this generating money. I have, you know what I'm saying? You gonna want to show up to the meeting prepared. Like, yeah, I've been, you know what I'm saying? I've been really doing my big one. I've been really, you know what I'm saying? Like those meetings, that accountability is real. That's something that I'm gonna start with my family in 2026. You know what I'm saying? We need to have family meetings where we sit down and we talk about money. Whether you doing good or doing bad, we need to know. We need to know what's going on, because as a family, we need to all be working towards something. You know what I'm saying? So if we come to the meeting, I'm the little brother. You feel me? I'm the little brother, but I'm very advanced. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, I'm like the little big brother. If we being honest, people have said this my whole life, but it's very true. I'm the little big brother, and not just to my siblings, to my friends, to like I'm usually the youngest, but I've learned so much. I'm so knowledgeable. I'm so like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always have some game to give. I learn so much. I'm so interested in so many things that I pick up so much. I go out and I just learn things, bro. Like I learn how to trade. I work on cars. I do content. I know how to edit videos. I know how to stream. I know how to, photography. I fix iPhones. I mix and master music. I write music. I write scripts. You feel me? It's like I repair credit. You know what I'm saying? I started with my own. I don't really repair everybody credit. It's not like a service of mine, but I know a little bit to put you on. Like, hey, you need to do this, hey, do this, hey, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I just want to be successful, bro. So like, I'm willing to do the work. I'm willing to learn whatever I need to learn to get there. So I'm like the little big brother. But just think, you have a family meeting and your little brother show up and he like, I invested in this. I just acquired, a duplex, a quadruplex, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I got this in the stock market. I got this, you gonna be like, oh no, I gotta get on my, you know what I'm saying? I gotta get on my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, who really wants to be the one in the room? Like, I'm doing bad. Like, bro, I bought 2 pair of Jordans last week, some clothes, and it's like, you did what? We supposed to be stacked, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, how y'all feel about this, man? I feel like families need to have money conversations. Like I said, that accountability alone would just change the family. Cause I know me, I'm competitive, and that's just in general. So like, if we get money and that's the competition, oh, I'm trying to get more money than everybody. We saving money, I'm trying to save more money than everybody. We buying, I'm trying to buy more properties, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just competitive, and not in a like nasty way to where it's like I will put you down to get up. It's like, nah, I'm trying to pull you with me. I still want to win though, you know what I'm saying? I still want to win. Like, you could be a close second, you know what I'm saying? I still want to win, but I'm gonna pull you with me though. Like, I'm gonna show you the way, but I still want to cross the line first. But if I don't cross the line first, that's fine too. Just knowing that we pushed each other is enough, you know what I'm saying? That's real. But you know what I'm saying? Comment, subscribe, share. Let me know how y'all feel about it. Until the next video, Ahce will gone.